Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 5 of the Rewatch podcast presented by the Terrible Video Gamers Club. I'm your host, Tyler Schatz, who's here for the cup of coffee. Joining me this fine recording session is one Stephen Howard.
Who has also slept on a really crappy bed in El Paso.
Amanda Howard.
I was wondering if I need to get my own little log and carry it around.
Our own log lady. One Nick Castillo.
I'm really trying to wonder who actually killed JFK and what's up with the Kennedys.
One Josh Cox is here.
Sitting in the corner wrestling.
And last, but certainly never least, Mr. Gary Delaney.
When you say a name, also briefly explain, who the fuck are these people?
Struggling with character names still, Gary?
I don't pay attention to first names or last names, but like once they explain it, I'm like, okay, got it. Cool.
So they had an entire scene dedicated to showing you who the people were in this.
Oh, no. That was where I pulled the line from. He's like, we're going to play the rock throwing game. And when you say a name, also explain who they are and what their motives are. And I was like, oh, there's my intro. Like, who the fuck are these people? Let's over-explain who the fuck are these people.
Over-explain, Gary. I really, really thought you were talking about that they hadn't explained them enough, and that was what you really wanted them to do, was tell you again who each of these people are. What do you want, Gary? What do you want from your life, Gary? Come on, man.
So I really hope that if I ever have a weird dream and that I want to follow it and reenact it out, that everyone else gives me the exact same type of absolutely, we are here for this, we will do this with relatively no judgment.
Amanda, can I tell you right off the bat that if you ever started off a conversation with me of, Steven, I had a dream about Tibet, I'd be all there. I'd be fucking there for it, Amanda.
Not Tibet.
The country.
Gary's pronunciation guide.
I just thought boo history.
Yeah, I was definitely boo history, but also like if I ever get into a conversation where I have to flip over the board and go to a map, like just assume that I have been taken over by aliens. Like
that'll be the sign if we've ever been invaded. Gary is all of a sudden talking about histories for some random reason. So so again, we don't get completely off the rails here to start our episode. We are here to cover episodes 2 and episodes 3 from season 1 of Twin Peaks. This first part of our podcast, we're going to talk about episode 2, Traces to Nowhere. And according to IMDb, it's Agent Cooper enjoys the comforts of the Great Northern Hotel. Bobby Briggs and Mike Nelson are released from jail. Dr. Hayward hands over the autopsy report on Laura Palmer. And off to the races we go with just some smooth jazz playing in the bedroom set around Agent Cooper there.
Did anyone else just think that, oh my God, that pipe should have ruptured? Either that or he is a very small man.
Literally, the first thing I wrote too was like, that's a sprinkler pipe. And I have been in hotels, I've been in dorms where they're like, whatever you do, don't hang shit off the sprinkler pipes because they're not actually structural objects. Like, it is literally a pipe that's got dirty, nasty ass water in it, and it exists to spray in case of a fire. It is not a structural object.
Yes.
One more thing where just it looked cool, but makes no sense.
Well, I take it to mean that he was doing inverted sit-ups, because that's obviously what you would. I've actually seen someone at the gym do those. Those are absolutely psychotic. If you do them, you should feel bad about yourself. But it was a really fun opening.
Out of all the other reasons I could feel bad about myself, inverted sit-ups would be like, I'd be pretty fucking proud. I get one of those done, I'm fucking done.
Out of all the reasons I could feel bad at the gym, that is not the one I would.
Gary does the
What was
one
our-
inverted
what was-
sit up, and he dies after that. It's like life
Yeah, done.
accomplished.
What was our recurring theme last episode? I couldn't even remember.
Don't pull focus.
Don't pull focus.
Don't pull focus.
Don't pull focus.
Hey guys,
That was
we
it.
got some fucking donuts. You want some donuts? Yeah, but don't pull focus.
Don't make it look weird while you're trying to eat these donuts here. Just act casual and eat them like a normal human being.
Eat the donuts very normally. Please don't pull focus. Just for once.
Like, yeah, like doing upside down sit-ups was definitely like, you had to do something fucking weird to start the episode. He couldn't just like be sitting in his, like, wake up in bed, like with his tape recorder in hand being like, I have some notes to make. It was like, no, I need to be doing upside down fucking sit-ups to start my day. He hasn't even had fucking coffee yet and he's already doing sit-ups.
So boss, I got these really cool workout like things that allow me to hang like a fucking bat. Can I use them in what? Don't worry about it.
And talking about his cup of coffee, Gary talking about his cup of coffee there. I wrote down some of the stuff from his breakfast order there. 2 eggs over hard, bacon super crispy, almost cremated, and then something to do with like fresh grapefruit juice there too. I was like, all right, dude.
Yeah,
Mando's what he wants.
freshly squeezed grapefruit.
Also, he literally took a sip of coffee and was like, hold on, ma'am. Hold on. You do not get to leave me until I review the coffee for like, number one with a bullet, like, that waitress is talking shit as soon as she gets out of earshot of like, yeah, this guy's fucking crazy. He wants his bacon really burnt. Like, anything else? Like, should I do it really gently? I don't care. Take fucking charcoal from under the grill, slap it on the grill. That's what he's fucking getting. This guy is a crazy fucking maniac. The sooner we get him out of the building, the better.
Well, she seemed pretty happy about him, but I will say as well, I'm waiting for the scene where he gets coffee he does not like. Because
fish coffee.
He did get fish coffee, but he didn't get to review the fish coffee. He didn't know it was fish coffee.
He gave a review of the fish coffee later, said I could still try to get the fish coffee taste out of my mouth.
Oh, I missed that. Shoot.
Steven is wrong.
Rude.
That's a new sign.
Don't give him ideas.
Yes.
Oh man.
I'm going to turn it over to Steven and kind of start off the episode here. What do you have anything for us, Steven?
Oh God, no! I was not prepared for this. So one of the things I will start off by saying is, and I said this to everyone before we jumped on, we watched these 2 episodes and I watched them back to back, and the second one, like episode 3, was so fucking crazy. I almost forgot everything about episode 2 because it was just I just was unprepared for episode 3. Even though I was unprepared for episode 2, I was that much more unprepared for episode 3. So I'm even trying to refresh myself right now on exactly kind of what went down, because I was going through this and I completely forgot about the donut scene. I giggled myself silly watching the donut scene the first time because it was so damn funny and I wanted to mention it and I completely forgot it existed. You know why?
What donut scene?
When he walks in, okay, and it also has a flamethrower, by the way, but when the FBI agent walks in and they have a fucking blowtorch there, just I don't know what the blowtorch is doing. There's nothing to blowtorch, but there is a blowtorch, and everyone is stuffing their mouths with donuts. Which, 2 observations there: 1, it was really actually pretty funny because you can't hear anyone talking, but 2, the subtitles pick up the conversation perfectly. It is
That's right.
There is no mumble. It is exactly what you would expect. And then the FBI agent responds, okay, I think I'll just go look for him in the something.
Did I watch a different version of the episode? I don't remember anything about donuts.
Oh, apparently.
I was going to ask how many people got through this on one watch because I also had to do a second watch. Like,
I mean,
JC said one watch.
I
Tyler,
mean,
you got through on one watch?
I should have probably watched them twice there or whatever, but it's just like I got them watched and then I was busy tonight, so I couldn't do anything.
That was kind of part of it for me too. I was watching it last night and I told everyone else this as well. I got to the last 10 minutes of the third episode, I should say, and I thought I was gonna end there, and I didn't, and it was a ride because I didn't, but yeah, I just didn't have the time to be able to watch
and
it
I
again.
added to that to say that I had a screaming kid during that last 10 minutes and just like, okay, I just need to get to the end of the episode. Then we can go to bed and we can, then just like roller coaster ride of bullshit. Anyway, we're getting to episode 3, but like this was a roller coaster ride of a watch.
I did notice something. I don't know if this is going to be something that matters or not, but when Agent Cooper goes inside the he gets the phone call from the other FBI agents, and the receptionist, I can't remember her name, Norma, maybe? No. Anyways, the police receptionist says, this is it's definitely a long distance call. I can tell because you can hear the wind. And he said, all right, yeah, thank you. Picks up the phone, and she says, the wind, like in a train. And I'm just like, what is that supposed to mean?
Lucy.
Is that a subtle hint? Is that a drop? I can't tell. And then just a couple seconds later, obviously, the cherry pie is to die for. Oh, man. I don't know.
Okay, where is this donut scene? I'm literally trying to rewatch the episode.
6 minutes in.
3 minutes in, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think there might be a scene missing in the version I watched on Amazon then.
How are you?
I did.
Really? Oh, you're not watching it on Plex? You're watching it on Amazon.
I'm watching it on Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, right after he talks to Audrey.
Yeah.
And, at the opening scene, and then he gets to the sheriff's office, and everyone is just eating their morning donut, and yeah, Harry S. Truman shoves 2 full cinnamon rolls into his mouth just as Cooper walks in.
Okay, thank you. Moving forward.
That's interesting to know that the Amazon actually has a different version, though.
I don't even think he talks back to him. Like, he's just rifling off, this is what I want to do for the day. And he's just like slowly eating the donut while he's talking.
Like, it wasn't imperative to the plot, Gary. It's just...
It's funny.
Yeah, it was just funny because, like, you can't understand any of them, but you understood what they meant more or less, and it worked really well.
But we did get another don't pull attention, or what is it? Don't pull what?
Focus.
Don't pull focus scene a little bit later when they're at the hardware store, and Norma, the barista lady, is talking to the eye patch wife. And the eye patch wife was buying cotton balls.
Just
and
goes
my God,
berserk.
The most frantic. I thought she was about to accuse her of sleeping with her husband or something. She was so frantic.
Yeah.
But they apparently have a history, though. Like, they know of each other. They don't like one another.
It's a small town, Gary. Everyone knows each other. Just ask them. Only 51,000?
51,000 people.
201. 51,201.
51,201 bottles of beer on the wall.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, Stephen?
Only that I did go through when, and I'm going to call him General Hammond because I do not know his name, but when General Hammond came on, I did go through, and Nick can correct me if I'm wrong at all on this, but I went through his entire rack on his chest and found out more about him than I probably did any other character in this movie because they did the rack right. Usually in these movies, they don't do the military racks right because it doesn't matter, but this actor was actually a captain in the U.S. Army previously. So for everyone's knowledge, General Hammond has the Army Distinguished Service, Army Meritorious Unit Commendation, the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, 2 Purple Hearts, Joint Service Commendation, the Army Commendation with a C for combat, the Army Valorous Unit Award, National Defense Service Medal, Korean Service Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, Korea United Nations Medal, Republic of Korea Presidential Citation, Republic of Vietnam Citation, and the Vietnam Gallantry Cross. So this guy has obviously been around since Korea, has tons of awards. Silver Star, Bronze Star, obviously, and those.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so what the fuck is he doing in this small ass town with a like? I haven't honestly. That was one of the things that stuck out to me. You mentioned that Major Garland is like, what is his actual job in this town? Because he walks around in a military outfit.
Yeah,
just because everyone in this fucking show needs to be a caricature. Obviously,
he sits down and he sits down and eats with his family in his Class A uniforms. Like,
yeah, with his little.
Does that?
I did catch that. I was like, that's not normal.
I don't think he's ever appeared not in uniform. He's a fucking caricature.
And it's like, also, I think you got family dinner and dinner at like a giant fancy gala mixed up there, dude. Why are you wearing your awards?
Mm-hmm. He needs to let his son know.
Steven, that was what you did a pause frame to go check out than anything else?
Yes. He's also a lieutenant colonel, by the way. I did notice that.
He's a major.
It says he's a major.
Oh, did I miss that? I did miss that then. I apologize.
Well, maybe this blah blah blah.
You're probably wrong. Right. You're probably right. I'm probably wrong. I didn't get a good look at that. I was very concerned with the ribbons. Wasn't very concerned with the rank. Sorry. Continue.
Also, you did a pause on military commendations. I did a pause on realizing that this show, like, very specifically takes half their cast and calls them guest stars. So, the dead girl's mom, the jock's mom and dad, the main girl's mom, the jock's best friend, Wendy the eye patch wife, Wendy R, who's the eye patch wife, and Kim R, who is the police receptionist, are all guest stars. And I looked at that on the 3rd episode too, and I was like, oh, is this, I assume it's just a pay thing of like, these people aren't really on the show, they're guest stars, but it also makes me believe that none of these people can be the killer because you wouldn't make a guest star the killer.
Ooh, meta narrowing it down. I see. I like it.
I did make a note kind of along that lines of just like, because the show feels old enough that I can't go by the same tropes. It feels like I don't know what the same tropes are going to be in terms of, oh yeah, this is the person that did it, or this. There's so many people that could do it. But also, like, I made a note about Log Lady because she, first of all, came up to the detective to say, one day my log will have something to say about that. My log saw something. And I just hope it doesn't end up being Log Lady
because Johnny from Ed, Edd and Eddy.
I'm scared to start liking characters yet.
Also, in order to find out who these people were, I did have to dig into IMDb episode specific, and it did the actors in order. And I will tell you, IMDb has her listed as Log Lady because for a very short second,
I have looked that up.
I thought that she had a full name, and I was gonna spoil her full name on IMDb, and I was like, nope, this was somebody else. She's literally credited as Log Lady. Sold. That, like,
hey Janet, do you see that piece of wood over there? We need you to walk around with it. Don't pull focus.
Excuse me, ma'am. What are your acting credits? And I was like, well, I was the Log Lady on Twin Peaks. like how that seems like I got a 1-bit part. I was like, no, I was in multiple episodes as the Log Lady. I had speaking lines.
I think we also did get introduced to, speaking of mentalists, we got introduced to a bit of the mentalist ability of this FBI agent a couple times here. Like with his, so how long you been seeing her thing? How'd you know? Oh, body language. Like, Well, fucking body language, bro. Are you kidding? No. Or the things where he's not the killer. Like, sure, as long as you know, but he's making these really crazy deductions, which just get crazier. They just get crazier.
They threw that Sherlock reference in there too, Steven.
Did you
notice?
You're right.
I knew you'd
that.
catch that one about the Sherlock reference, and I was like, okay, because obviously at this point I was like, you're definitely making lots of deductions, or I definitely am seeing you paint him as like that guy that's like super smart and reading all the tiny little things. Sheldon over here, basically. I also wondered if that's kind of fits into the coke reference, like cocaine references too, Steven.
Cocaine. What do you mean by that?
Well, there's cocaine and drugs everywhere, and I know like the original Sherlock, that was like he was definitely taking cocaine, wasn't he?
Heroin.
Oh.
Heroin. I think heroin sounds right. But that was just medicinal herbs of the time.
Yeah, he was injecting it straight into his eye.
You know what you're taking is meant for eye surgery.
I will say we get 2 characters in the show that they haven't had very many speaking parts yet, but like just the regular doctor, just the like absolutely regular doctor seems like an okay dude. Everyone else is weird on just 18 different levels, and this guy's like, I've known her since she was a kid. I can't do the autopsy. This is too hard. It's like, this is a realistic portrayal of someone who had this happen, and it does not fit here.
That is the main girl's dad, I think.
Is it
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
Donna's dad.
Yeah.
Which, as I said, you have to dig into the like. He appears in the police station, and then he appears at supper, but like it doesn't connect very well that they're the same person.
Yeah.
I mean,
at first, when Steven said doctor, I thought you meant the psychiatrist, and I was like, no.
Dr. Psycho McCrazypants is not in that list of, and that is his formal name, is Dr. Psycho McCrazypants.
Nice.
Sorry, Tyler.
The other guy that I think I really like is, so there's the sheriff, there's the crying sheriff's deputy, and then there's the sheriff's deputy who I've heard say 3 words, but has immediately noticed like when things are going down. Like, there's a man with missing an arm in a mirror over there. I think I'm actually going to investigate this like a good police person, and he does it, and he's just like, good on you, man.
And he communicates it.
Yes.
He doesn't take the information silently to himself for forever.
Okay, I had to look it up because all I could think about was like, it wasn't me, it was the one-armed man. This show came out in 1990. The Fugitive came out in 1993. So this show predated The Fugitive with the one-armed man.
I don't know what The Fugitive is.
Even The Fugitive is a movie with Harrison Ford. Where he is accused of being murdering his wife. So just got to get Steven up to, and it turns out the person he accuses is a one-armed man.
Spoiler.
I've gotten Steven up to speed. Yeah.
Ruins the movie for me. Thanks, Gary.
Classic.
That was going to be the next season.
Yeah, right. I could help. You just jumped to U.S. Marshals. Just saying.
Hawk is a fantastically refreshing
thank you
character after Andy's complete incompetence, but yeah, especially that they're working on the same police force is always endlessly amusing to me whenever they're working scenes together.
But yeah, I'm stealing the show a little bit here. Someone else should go.
I was gonna say, Amanda, do you have anything you wanted to talk about here?
Let's see. I had my notes about the log lady. The beginning of the show, I wasn't taking notes at first because I was like, I don't even know what to write down at this point. I noted I am curious about the story behind the disaster hotel in El Paso,
which I find very funny.
I did want to note they're having a cute little meet the parents boyfriend girlfriend dinner 2 or 3 days after their friend was murdered?
Yeah, that's
they
kind of
need to like they need
blow
to
off
do
some steam,
something.
bro.
Like, okay, good. Like, I get that they can't just stop living. Obviously, life goes on. But a fancy dinner?
Yeah, they're buying a puppy really soon
They're
after this one
straight
died.
on dating? Like, she's literally not buried yet. It's not even a metaphor of speech.
I feel like they're consoling, and also he doesn't have parents. His mom is away and his dad is dead, and he's got Big Ed. So I'm sure it was just like, why don't we invite him over so he can have a normal family fucking dinner?
That's
And
not
then
what it
make
looked
out with
like.
my daughter on the couch
Yeah, it looked like
downstairs.
a let's meet the parents kind of a thing. And I was like, well, weird. Definitely not going to make you look suspicious to the FBI agents who are investigating your case that you just went and made a new girlfriend before your dead girlfriend is buried.
Technically, it's not his girlfriend. Like, she is somebody else's girlfriend, and the person
Snake.
he's hanging out with is a third guy's girlfriend. So
Yeah, and I'm
the
like,
love
this is
hexagon.
a love spiderweb of something. Go ahead, Stephen.
I was gonna say, I mean, maybe this maybe the trope of someone in emotional distress is more willing to be, shall we say, intimately open with someone else in emotional distress. I don't know if that I think that is more of a trope from the 90s. I wouldn't say that is a true statement, but maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know.
That
I
could
feel
be.
like they have a shared bond of loss. Like,
Yeah, and
I guess it was a kind of a weird, like, meet the parents supper, but it didn't fully take me out of it. Like,
they make out hardcore in like the living room afterwards, don't they?
And jumping to, not trying to jump to the next episode or anything, but there's another note of just like, again, small town, unresolved murder, serial murder, had a whole town hall about it. FBI's in town, but the town gossips are suddenly so nice about not guessing everybody scary, violent, weird as the killer. They're having full on meet the parent dinners. The boys got freaked out and go, oh, maybe that's the killer. Like, there's no one's acting like there's been some brutal murder other than the random crying. Like, they could have just had a bad breakup, is how they're acting, a couple of them. I'm confused by that. The notes, fucking hate the abusive husband is what I wrote down.
Yep.
We're fucking real, yeah.
Piece of
Every
shit.
time I see him.
Yeah.
okay, did anyone else think he was a little over the top? Just a little.
Well, see, to me, they're clearly setting him up as the killer right now, and to me, I'm assuming it's too obvious to be true. But yes, it could vary. That would be the first obvious thing.
I'm raising my hand to be next before Gary.
Okay.
Domestic abuse is always over the top. There is no under the top for domestic abuse. So yes. Now, Gary.
Okay. Consider what was acceptable domestic relationships
I'm
in
gonna
the 90s.
Stop right there, Gary. Just stop right there.
Soap in a sock, beating your wife. Yeah, that's
okay. Wait,
it's over in the 90s. What is like it's not PC now, but I feel like it was not. It would not have got you called into the sheriff's office in 1990.
I mean, who hasn't, right? Let's be honest here.
Okay, I'm having this weird moment because Gary is sounding a lot like Steven to me. But in talking about
what are you?
no, hold
on.
In terms of
like,
well, Gary's not gonna like where this is going either, because when Steven is talking about history, he's always telling you have to think about the setting of the times and how it was in the times, and so now Gary's doing that.
No, I want to rebut
but
this.
Also, this isn't the 50s.
No. Yes, this is not the 50s, and even in the 50s, I don't think that was necessarily acceptable. The reason they are portraying this is because it is so unacceptable in the 90s, even. Like,
they're trying to set him up.
Let's not try to history this out. Like, oh well, it was a different time. They had different standards for women at that time. That's not the case. This is not the case here. He is beating his wife with a bar of soap and a sock.
No, I agree 100%. I'm just trying to decide if you and Gary are mad that I called you each other or not.
I'm not offended, but I just felt like as this show is I always think of it as like a caricature of people to make a point. Like, you're really not supposed to like this guy because he's a wife beater. But like, they took it to another level. Like, not like he hit her, something like that. No, he gets a bar of soap and straight up maces her with a sock. Like, and they don't even show it because I feel like it had to be that level of escalated to explain in 1990 to audiences who might find that to be acceptable family values that this guy's a little extreme. Also, I don't know why he turned on the radio.
So that
So no
nobody
one
can
could hear her
her
yell
scream.
or shriek.
You live in a small town in a shitty house in the middle of, like, there's no other houses around you.
I did think of that. They are in the middle of the woods.
It does look like it's in an in construction house, but why do you turn on the radio?
He doesn't want to bother the neighbors. He's got manners, all right.
And it is, yeah, the sound carries in the rural areas, so yeah, gotta get the loud sound to blast it out.
Anyway, we went there. I just thought it was extreme, a little extreme.
We did
That's
not
all
go
I'm saying.
there. You drug us there, kicking and screaming.
I mean, in his general mannerisms of like, you're not done with the laundry, you forgot this. Very over the top, but yes. When it comes to the
bonus question: what did she hide and what was he missing? I thought she had pants and he was looking for a shirt.
It looked like a denim shirt to me.
Yep.
Okay, I thought it was pants. That's what confused me a little bit. Is I thought she like found blood on pants because I saw pants pocket, but maybe that was like a denim shirt pocket to hold your cigarettes. And okay, so that was not clear on the initial watch. Was like I thought she had jeans that had blood on them, not a shirt that had blood on it.
She clearly said shirt. I'm pretty positive she clearly called it a shirt when she was hiding it.
hiding the
I heard
clothes.
him say shirt, but I thought it was like a denim shirt or whatever. He called it a blue shirt, which I did think was kind of a weird name for it. But I don't know. The other thing with this whole thing is just, if this was like an episode of CSI, I'd be like, he's our killer. You just got to find enough evidence. He's the killer. But I'm purely getting this from the fact that I know there's like seasons of this still. It's too obvious. So I'm assuming it's not because it feels like they want me to think he's the killer. But I won't cry too hard if they accidentally arrest him at first.
I won't cry too hard if he accidentally dies. I mean, happens.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, maybe just a PSA for everyone out there too. Domestic abuse is still a very real thing, especially in rural communities. It's not so much talked about in like more urbanized areas anymore, but in like South Dakota or in this area, in very rural areas, it is very, very common. So just shout out that it's still a thing.
If you see something, say something.
Yep.
Get help.
And if that doesn't work, grab a bar of soap and a sock.
On the abuser and turn it around.
On the abuser, yes, on the abuser.
Okay.
I got everyone who's listening didn't get to see Steven. I got a full freeze on Steven. Like just like anyway, that was
and on the next
joke.
On the next messed up character, I wrote, "Oh no, the damn pedophile doctor's a pedophile, isn't he?"
Oh my god. Dr.
Like,
Crazy McShitty
it was heavily hinted at already, but now we have confirmation.
Ooh, conspiracy theory. I have a conspiracy theory number 1.
Damn it.
Conspiracy theory number 1. Laura actually was giving away those little best friend necklaces. She had multiple of them and gave them to multiple people.
Ooh, I like that conspiracy theory.
I think it's supposed to imply that this Dr. Crazy McPsychopants was the one who found the other half of the thing. I don't think he did. I think this is a separate one.
I'll just even do a name. So
I will agree that
What?
it does seem like it was implied that it's
you say
supposed to be
more?
the same pendant.
I remember. Okay, that is a very 90s thing. Do you guys remember when these best friends necklaces were everywhere?
I didn't have best friends, Amanda. Thanks for rubbing it in.
I didn't either, and I still had like 3 of these things. So what's your problem?
I'm gonna say that the 90s teen male experience was probably a little different.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good point. None of you guys had these. They were everywhere for a little bit there, and there was ones that you get, best friends or best friends forever, and they would be 2 groupings of 2 or 3, and so that's why, to me, they are making a huge deal out of this necklace, and maybe it's that different male centric point there. I'm like, these are literally everywhere. I bet you go to any of those girls, and they probably got 2 or 3 accidentally stashed away in a box somewhere that they don't even care about anymore. Also, I have never seen them used with a guy. They were always used for friends. But
that's why no one on this podcast has ever heard of him, Amanda, besides you.
Therefore, I am expert, and my tiny bit of knowledge is now expert knowledge.
There you go.
And we are taking it as thus.
You are the all-knowing, all-seeing, watchful person on this topic.
Maybe you just never found the right person like James, that just complete magnetic personality that just draws you to.
So if I get one
whatever.
of these necklaces, Steven, do you want the other half? Like, I was like, what significant other wears the other half of the necklace? It's not a necklace that you share. You share those with. I'm confused. They don't usually go to significant others that I've seen.
Okay, speaking of James and a lot of other things, as I made a note, did anyone else think the acting in general got a lot better in the second episode? Like, it was still shitty. Let's not lie. Still very shitty. But a slightly, like, people started trying. Like, they weren't mailing in of, like, this show's never going to fucking get picked up.
So I think one of the nice things about watching this show is I don't know when people might have maybe an off acting experience, or when they are specifically trying to be goofy as shit. I cannot tell. So it dovetails perfectly for me.
And I've always made mention that I don't pick up on the acting, or I don't analyze the stuff in depth level like Gary apparently does for these shows. So I'm just like, hey, it's fine. They seem somewhat believable, other than a few crazy people.
Just a few crazy people.
1 or 80.
I couldn't really tell you from knowing how the rest of the season goes that, like, oh yeah, it's better. It just gets better. It feels like to me it's just that weird sort of, like Steve mentioned, it's hard to tell what exactly they're going for. If this is the bad movie style of, like, they are trying their best and this is the amusing result, or if this is an intentional amusing performance.
If this is the donut scene.
And yeah, if this is the donut scene, yeah.
Okay, I finally found the donut scene, and literally I know I didn't get it is because it's just a passing through of someone walking through a lobby, and I didn't catch that because I'm not paying attention to the show. I wasn't watching that intently. I went from, like, I probably honestly was, like, looking away and waiting for the last scene to end, that I was just like, okay, can we just talk about get to something else? I really don't like that girl. Like, every scene she's in, I'm like, this girl's crazy, or she's bad, or she's crazy and bad at acting. Can we just have anyone else on screen right now?
Yeah, that girl's Audrey. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
She's drawing a little bit too much attention that I just like, I need to look at my phone for a bit.
So,
and in 1990, no one had a phone to look at to distract themselves.
So you're saying you don't watch the episode, and yet you feel like you can criticize their acting when you're not really watching the episode?
I missed I missed that the donut scene was happening. The background acting was happening because it went from him talking to Audrey to like him going into the police station. And I missed the what is 3 seconds of on-screen time where he walks through. There's a guy with a blowtorch. There's a guy eating a donut. There's the receptionist eating a donut. And then you get to the sheriff eating a donut, which is a much longer period of time where he's just eating a donut while being talked to.
Yes.
That you weren't paying attention.
So what you're saying is you're not watching. That's fine. I mean, that's fine. Whatever, man. You do you, bro. Okay, I wanted to get back to Audrey again because I agree that Audrey is off-putting. She is disconcerting. There is something wrong about her. And I can't put my finger on it. I can't put if she is actually acting out or if she is in some way broken or if she is maybe I guess for this time it would technically mentally handicapped. I can't tell. It is obviously her brother has a couple maybe developmental issues. And as we see in the next episode, her family is not quite on the level either. Like there's a lot going on there, and Audrey specifically probably is the most off-putting because she also seems the most malevolent, actively malevolent.
Like her dad is a piece of work, but he even makes a comment at one point that like she lost her years ago. So I'm like,
well, his dad's a pedophile. Her dad's a pedophile.
Her dad's, like I said, there's a whole other things there. So not the best family life here, but like even he said a very same thing about her because like she's off-putting in a completely different way.
Yeah, I wrote down that line. Laura died 2 days ago. I lost you years ago. And it's like, oh, like this is why she is the way she is because she's just begging for attention. Her parents do not pay attention to her. And so she's just trying to stand out because she's just afraid she's gonna end up a sawmill worker's wife. I'm guessing that's her ghost of Christmas future.
No, but then we also had the other dad. I mean, speaking of her dad, and then you have the Laura's dad, who is apparently screwing the lady from the sawmill in the weirdest way possible while trying to sink the sawmill.
Wait, what?
Isn't it Laura's dad?
Who's Laura? Who's Laura?
Oh, am I getting them wrong? Who's the
Laura
lady
Palmer?
who died? The woman who died?
Laura Palmer.
Laura
That's the dad.
Palmer.
Yep,
Yeah.
and her dad.
No.
Leland. Yep.
No. That's her dad?
Her
Leland
dad
is
is
her
the
dad?
doctor.
Nope.
No.
Donna's
Laura's
dad.
Oh,
is-
dad
no, the other
is
guy.
doctor.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Laura's dad is
Yeah, a
the
lot going on,
person
yeah.
screwing the lady,
went-
right?
I think we
No.
need an
that's Audrey's
Evangelion
dad.
character
That's
chart
Audrey's dad. Okay.
in the chat. Just saying.
Yeah.
We
I
need an
think we probably
Evangelion
need an
character
Evangelion.
chart.
I can. Yeah, I'll get that going shortly.
Sorry, no, they
A
look.
pronunciation guide for these as well, so we
Yes,
don't get.
yes, also.
Maybe the
pronunciation
issue
guide.
here is that I have a bit of face blindness in between those two because they look exactly alike to me.
They're similar. Plus, they start off the show working together because Leland does work at the hotel with Audrey's dad, and so, Benjamin Horn. And so Benjamin Horn is the one that actually runs the place. Leland, I believe, is the lawyer technically, and so like there's a bunch of the legalese that was going on around the Norwegians' sale that he was wanting them to be there, and that was never. Leland got the news about his daughter, and I don't think we've seen him back at work technically yet, have we?
I don't think so.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yep.
Okay, that clears it up.
He's screwing around with the sawmill owner's sister-in-law.
Yes.
Who
I don't
is
know how to
trying
explain
I
her.
need a chart.
She
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
has no
The
role.
sawmill.
in
That was
life.
it. That was good.
Yeah.
Like, she is a arbitrary floating character who doesn't seem to have a job other than micromanaging how the sawmill owner runs the sawmill.
and being
And
the
her
general.
husband actually helps run the sawmill. So I
Yeah.
feel like that's her job.
I think she's also the active general version of a shrew. Like, she is the definition of what you would call a shrew.
But she has to have, like, she's the one holding the ledgers, so it's almost like she does something with the accounting or something.
I'm sure. I think she does a lot of. I honestly think she does a lot of the running of the sawmill. I don't think she's passive in that, and that's why she's able to, as we will find out, cook the books.
Did anyone else find the affair scene kind of weird?
Yes. Kissing of toes is always weird like that. Don't show it to me. I don't like it.
Okay, we just learned way more about Stephen than I want to learn. No.
Yeah, I don't want to. And I don't want to see kissing of toes. We both learned something here.
The one guy is dressing himself to be like, I finished with you, and then he literally starts undressing again and jumps on top of her. I was like, I just like, you're either in the door, either coming in the door or going out the door. You can't like change directions this quickly. For like, that's just,
it's the hormones of youth.
If you're
Gary.
gonna go for round 2, just leave your shirt off. That's all I'm saying.
I think that's what the conversation was, though, is that they used to do it all day, and now it's just like this one time. Now they're going to go, and then she starts talking about how they're going to destroy the sawmill, and that gets him all randy.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Nothing gets me quite bothered like discussing destroying a sawmill in a local town and cooking the books at the same time.
Tyler, don't do this. Not now. Can't.
Amanda, do you have anything else for us for this episode?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, that was plenty.
JC, do you got anything for us?
My notes are sort of lacking on here, but nothing I can recall at this time.
Gotcha. Nick.
I actually also didn't take very many notes. I had a fairly busy week, and so I was watching it and just like in my head going, okay, this is this person, this is this person, and just got lost in the craziness of the episode. So I actually didn't have much either.
Okay. Gary, what do you got?
I got plenty.
Buckle up.
Big Ed claims he was drugged. Is it normal that like he's just like, oh yeah, I was drugged and this is the guy that did it? And we're not going to follow up on this line of questioning at all. Like, I was drugged by the bartender. Is this a major issue? No. Obviously someone was murdered. But why would you drug Big Ed? Like, it's just...
To pull from Gary from earlier in this episode, it was the 90s, man. People did weird stuff.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s. It was more acceptable in the 90s.
I mean, let's be honest. Who here hasn't, okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Cooking the books in a sawmill and then drugging your friends. What else can... I mean, have fun.
There's got to be something up with the drugs in this show. Like, and then something's obviously wrong with some of those drugs, too, is kind of what the hint I'm getting,
I mean,
at least.
I'm just confused. They gave him roofies and they didn't end up on the roof. He ended up on the ground. I don't know how you end up on the ground if you give him roofies. Shouldn't they be called flories then?
Boo. Boo. Boo.
I don't think it's technically a conspiracy theory, because I still believe a conspiracy theory from last episode. And that is that I believe the eye patch lady got her eye patch in a drape-related accident. And based on the new interaction in this episode, like, she's freaking out about drapes. And I was like, she's totally single-minded about drapes. So I think she lost her eye in a drape-related accident, and I'll believe that until proven otherwise. Conspiracy theory number 2. The sawmill lady talks about the new death and how she was kind of surrounding the girl's death. I believe conspiracy theory number 2 is that she actually killed her husband. Like, they haven't talked a lot about, they lost him a year and a half ago. Now she's got a new man.
I think
she killed
the wife did, or the sister?
The wife.
Okay. Jocelyn.
The one that's now with the sheriff. That was the one with the sheriff. I think she along with believing that she's the ultimate killer, I also believe she killed her husband. Steven's favorite character, the military dad. I think based on the conversations at the dinner table, I think he's way too smart. Anyway, just a weird caricature of like how he was trying to be a motivational speaker to his son. It came off weird. Oh, do we know contextually what day today is in the story? Because at the end of the episode, this is my last note, is the tape said that Audrey sent this tape on Thursday the 23rd. Do we know what day today is in the show? Was this like right before she died? Is it the week before she died? Is it ever? Anyway, that was my last note. Was like, I wonder if this note was like right before she died or if this is like weeks earlier. Like, I'm assuming based on the way it's
February 24th, 1989 is supposedly her date of death.
29th. So this was the 23rd when 24th. She sent the message.
So yeah, one day before. Last seen alive the night of February 23rd. So she records it that day.
She records it. She mails it, and it got to she put it in the envelope, and that got to the doctor, the therapist. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. It was a weird scene, and it second guesses that she's really in love with James, and just so many layers. She just did onion of confusing narratives on character. But
he's a glass onion is what she is.
I don't know what that means.
That means she is supposed to be. She is so complex that she is not complex. I think that she's playing everyone. She's playing everyone in the town.
I did write down. It seems like she's a busy gal here because it's like she does the Meals on Wheels thing. She's out doing cocaine. She's the high school prom queen there. I mean, what else is she doing in her life there? Apparently, drugs.
You can do all of those at the same time, Tyler. You can be doing cocaine while delivering Meals on Wheels. This is the 90s. No one's pulling you over for drinking and driving.
You can deliver Meals on Wheels as a homecoming queen at 4 and deliver cocaine at 5.
I was going to say, as long as you're delivering the right product, don't be delivering cocaine and then doing the Meals on Wheels.
True. You got a point there. Fair point.
Okay, so is she delivering cocaine or is she doing cocaine as a user? There's also this weird, like, all of it. Okay.
Yes.
I don't remember. Is this episode the next episode where it talked about the Leo and the two boys and their financial arrangement?
Yeah, they have a bit in this episode where they're in the jail cell talking very explicitly about their crimes that they are not currently in jail for, which is dumb. If you find yourself in jail, listener, and you have not been arrested for the crimes that you have actually committed, don't just blather that about in the police station. That's not the place to do it. Say, hey, we can talk about this later. It's okay.
No, actually, if you do that, please tell them all the crimes you've committed. It's a good idea.
Unless it's a victim.
Must just get it all out on the table.
There you go.
And that way, when they're like, "Yeah, you're crazy," I think you would just go. You'd be like, "I already told the police I was a drug mule. What are you gonna do?"
Double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy. Yeah.
Oh,
also, Steven, Double Jeopardy is another movie that involves a murder of a husband and the concept of legal double jeopardy. So that's another movie that you'll never ever watch. So
no, you are right. I will never watch it. I know what the concept of Double Jeopardy is, but I will never watch that. I have never heard.
Get Ashley Judd, and
whoever that is.
She's an actress. But...
Do you have anything else, Gary?
No, that's it.
Okay. I was just going to call out two quick things about Leo here that I found from the episode of his gray truck is named Big Pussycat.
I saw that.
Just like that.
Oh, I missed that.
On point for that guy. He has an outdoor washer at his house, which
Yeah, I did notice that. Strange
Okay.
interest. That's a choice in Washington, right? Was where we are.
Yes. And then I
That's a
thought it was.
Is that something that's even feasible? Like, understandably, I guess washing machines dump, but I still feel like you want an overhang, and it's also an electrical appliance.
Yeah,
But
that's the part that I was thinking about. I'm like, I'm sorry, are you in a desert? Why is this outside?
Yep.
I know that their house does look like it's under construction, but
although
still.
I guess older washing machines have a mechanical timer, so maybe it's not ruined by rainwater.
Don't know. And then the last thing I wanted to call out about Leo was I'm pretty for sure his ponytail is curled or something like
Yes.
that. Like it's a loop there,
It
basically.
looks like a My Little Pony fairy tale thing on his head.
I was just like, okay, that guy is making a stylistic choice for sure. Besides being a piece of shit. All right, so we're going to move on to then episode 3, titled Zen, or the Skill to Catch a Killer. Ben Horn's brother, Jerry, arrives in Twin Peaks. Together they travel to One-Eyed Jack's and meet with the madam, Blackie O'Reilly. Audrey leaves a clue for Cooper. Deputy Hawk finds a bloody towel near the crime scene. And Uncle Jerry's back, apparently, which when I saw this actor, I was like, I know this guy, but I could not
Who is this
place
actor?
him there. Now you're going to make me look up his name and stuff like that, of course.
David Patrick Kelly.
Sounds right.
Am I supposed to know him from something?
I was going to ask where Tyler knew him from because he looked familiar to me, and I was curious what movie you knew him from, because I feel like the movie I knew him from was kind of obscure. So,
just pulling up his IMDb info real quickly. So he's apparently in The Crow, which I was like, I don't remember him from that movie. He's apparently in John Wick 1 and 2, which I don't remember him from the John Wick movies. And he's in The Longest Yard as Unger, which is I think that might have been where it kind of came from. He's the prison guard that kills Chris Rock's character. Not the prison guard, the prisoner who kills Chris Rock's character.
So I recognized him from The Warriors, which is a really, really obscure movie from the 80s, but he's the antagonist in that movie.
He's the one who says Warriors come out to play.
Warriors, click, 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 come out and play.
Yeah. I've seen The Warriors. It's been years since I've seen them, but
it is a movie.
It is. He's in Commando? Okay, I gotta look this up real quickly. But while I'm looking this up here, Amanda, I'm gonna go to you first. What did you want to talk about from this episode?
I took far more notes for this next episode. There was just a random comment about, hey, where there's no pain, there's no sense. And I will be remembering that tiny little burn to use for somebody in the future, I'm sure. Wondering if I should be memorizing coffee orders because this keeps coming up, being brought up a few times. And I have hey, conspiracy theory number 3. The murder will be solved
I didn't even
by
write number
the coffee
2.
order.
What was my number 2? God damn. Okay, I'll get number 3. Anyway, what do you got?
Wasn't your number 2 just a repeat of one from the last time about the drape order or the
No,
drape
I had a different one. Number 2 was that she killed her second husband, or first husband. Anyway.
Oh, okay. That's right. That was yours. Mine is that the murder is going to get solved by the coffee order.
All right, I'm going to quickly interrupt during this time period. I don't know. I would imagine, Nick, you might be the only person who's probably seen the movie Commando.
Most of it, yeah.
Oh, you've seen it too, JC?
Multiple times.
Okay. The David Patrick Kelly guy, the Uncle Jerry from Twin Peaks, he's the guy who Arnold holds upside down over the ledge from his yellow comet and says, hey, remember when I said I'd kill you dead last? I lied. And then he drops him.
Yes.
Okay, so that's really where I remembered him from then. Anyways, I'm sorry, Amanda. Back to
you're
you.
fine. Wrote Audrey, girls freaking me out. And then I pulled a Steven here. I can't remember the guy's name, but Sunglasses is now here. Some FBI coworker.
Albert.
The FBI team.
Albert. Yeah. Sorry, he walked in with his sunglasses, and I loved this whole thing because Cooper, who is a little bit off from most people already, looks at him and goes, he's lacking in some of the social niceties. And they say, nobody's perfect. And it was hilarious. The sheriff handled it beautifully. Welcome to amateur hour. Looks like it's an all-nighter, boys. The sheriff took it with a smile and still put the guy kind of in his place. Very excited, looking forward to seeing more of this. Like, I'm really sad we didn't see any more of that for the rest of this episode. Like, we just got that little introduction. I'm really excited to see. And Cooper was like, he is the best. These guys are top notch. Just lacking some of the social niceties.
This actor,
Okay.
I remembered him from the movie RoboCop.
So there has been a bunch of little actors that I recognize from other things, but nothing big, just lots of little tiny things.
Okay, that scene with the FBI also contains another don't draw focus, and that is the receptionist is reading a book about Tibet.
Yeah, she is. It's fantastic. Yes.
She's like, it was on the rewatch, and I was like, she's got a book in front of me. It just says Tibet in big letters. I was like, and this was after the whole like giant.
She was learning about Tibet. Yeah.
Chalkboard, and here's a map of Tibet, and here's the history of Tibet. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is just such a weird Easter egg. Like the weird thing is they put her off as such a like, what's the right word? Not smart person.
She seems sort of ditzy or something like that. Like
ditzy.
the
Thank you. Like very ditzy, but yet she not only wants to learn about Tibet, as part of her workday, she stopped at the library to check out a book about Tibet. I don't assume she owns a book about Tibet, but
wow.
Maybe the FBI agent brought it with him.
Big assumptions.
I don't know.
That's true too.
The FBI guy couldn't. Oh, you mean the agent who's already there? That's a very believable process, but
he's probably gonna pick up a book on Douglas Pines next.
Yeah.
My next several comments
and Cooper have their own sort of like, they are the extreme dichotomy of the big city approach to small towns of like, oh man, everything about this is amazing and majestic and lovely, and then this like, oh, this amateur hour shit splat town. So
I loved the interaction after. If anyone else, well, obviously it uses a slur in this scene, but if anyone else had done that, their teeth would have been down street. And Cooper's reaction just was, thumbs up, baby.
Yeah, I loved his enthusiasm. I am very much looking forward to seeing how these interactions play out with these. The rest of my notes kind of deal with let's see, how did we put it? The last 10 minutes when we were all
10
like,
minutes?
WTF?
Maybe we should wait for the WTF till the end of this.
That's kind of what I figured.
Do we want to like branch off the episode into things before the WTF?
Yes.
Maybe we should wait until later to talk about that part then.
Move over BC and AD. We now have PW and AW pre-WTF, after WTF.
Yeah. I'm just confused how the thing that didn't make Amanda's list was the fucking sex trafficking thing that was happening. Like the first thing in this movie is they go to some brothel, which whatever you could, sex work is sex work, whatever you could do, whatever you want.
Brothel you can only reach by boat, and it's in Canada.
But then they make a very explicit reference to the new girl on the scent counter, which the last girl on the scent counter was a high schooler. I am assuming this new one is also a high schooler, and I am assuming that this is what is tantamount to sex trafficking. of high schoolers, and I can't prove that because I feel weird saying this. I was trying to figure out if any of the girls who came out during that scene, like I was supposed to know them from somewhere because it even shows the new girl's face. I'm like, is this someone that I'm supposed to know? They're all white girls. They all look the same to me at this point in time. I I, I can't tell the difference. So, but I didn't.
Yeah, I also, going to the history of the time, I assume in the 1990s, a gentleman's club is a lot less risque thing to put on ABC.
I don't know,
Honestly,
family values, my man.
I figure that whole thing was just I don't even know what to start saying here. We don't know enough. So it was something, wasn't it?
I feel like that whole part of the episode is like, oh wow, the uncle came in and he's effing crazy. And like, oh,
Yes.
he's not that crazy because the dad is totally on par with this, like, very, very not cool. Like, he's not.
Well,
First,
and
I originally just thought he was a grifter businessman, and now you realize he's like a real. I don't know what the not
but
nice person.
you also see
Scumbag.
that,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Scumbag. That works.
Uncle is crazy, and honestly, if it wasn't for the scum thing, he seems kind of like that one of the fun people. Like, oh, he's bringing a lot of energy to this scene. And then they take out the sandwiches, and oh my God, if you want to have a don't pull attention thing, the sandwiches. Oh my
That's not even
God.
sandwiches, right? They're just bread. It's just
That's
bread,
right. That's right. It's just bread.
Well, don't
It's
they
And
have
just
he's
like
bread.
shoving
butter
his
Like,
and
spaghetti
fine.
his
cheese in
He
there?
said there was brie and butter. I
sideways.
do remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, bread and butter. Okay.
Cheese
But
and
he's shoving it in
cheese.
his face
Basically sandwich.
sideways. The dad is eating. Did you see how the dad's eating the sandwich? Sideways through the sandwich, like a psychopath, and just shoving it into his face, looking like he has already, like, he smokes like 8 things of marijuana and he has the munchies so hard right now and he needs the sandwich to survive. And it's like, this is very intense sandwich eating right now. I was not prepared for said sandwich eating. Are we
Okay.
going to start off every single episode with shoving some sort of food pastry in someone's mouth?
There was also some comment about, this reminds me of those 2 girls down by the beach or something.
Yeah,
Like,
and then
there
that
was
Jenny and
perfume
Jenny's,
counter, that perfume counter comment, that was with that other girl that's in the practically comatose now. That was
Yeah,
supposed to be
the
her
other high
job.
schooler.
So I'm assuming instead of an actual perfume counter, it was here.
Yep. That's where I was talking about the sex trafficking.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like obviously it's that, and then there was the comment there. So I assume this is where Detective's gonna end up next.
Yeah. Not. Yeah,
Poor,
I feel like
poor Andy
kind
walking
of in
into
the
that
same
place.
boat of Amanda of like, what the fuck do I write down here?
Yeah.
I mean, I write down some really fucked up notes, but I didn't even know what to write down.
All right. Do you have anything else for us, Amanda?
Not until we get to our fun stuff later.
Okay. Nick, do you have anything from this episode?
No, I didn't have much.
Okay. Steven.
Apologies.
Are we not going to talk about the throwing the rock at the bottle with a picture of Tibet on the back of a board and the letter J for every single person and Gary's entire statement of them
Do you
talking
not
through
follow
this
your
thing?
dreams?
Do you not follow your dreams? Like, that was so. A lot of this stuff.
There's
I thought
also
was
a
gonna be
weird
kind of-
donut buffet. Speaking of weird donut, like,
Yeah.
like they have a giant table full of donuts and they're just sitting out in the woods. Like, they packed
Yep.
up a table full of donuts to have this meeting outdoors of
And
5 people. There are 5 people there and they brought a table full of donuts.
as you do.
Okay.
But I just want to point out that throughout this entire show so far, I have believed this, like this FBI detective is a Sherlock sort of guy, right? He's using his intelligence, his wits, his all this sort of stuff, and suddenly we are throwing rocks at bottles because of Tibet. That is what's going on, and I was just like, this is something. Is he trying to learn something about the people he is around right now? Like, is he trying to narrow down the people he's around right now, or no? He just thinks the magic's there, man.
Yeah, Steven, you completely assumed that guy was Sherlock. If you just assume that he's batshit crazy from the get-go, you're like, what adventure is batshit crazy Sherlock on today? Well, I guess we're looking at maps of Tibet and we're throwing rocks at glass bottles. Let's see what the fuck everyone else is gonna do. And Sheriff was just like, oh wow, that's an interesting like premise. Like, is this guy's from the FBI. He must have some super detective skills I don't know about. Like, and he's already proven that he has some intuition, but also he's batshit crazy.
Well, even Harry pulls him aside from it and is like, Cooper, this came to you in a dream? And then just, yep. All right. Say no more, fam.
All right, we're all in, bro. This is it.
One of the fun little behind the scenes production things on this one is that Cooper actually did hit the bottle and break it on the first try. And so Lucy's reaction of, oh, excitement, totally
Oh,
natural,
that's cool.
unplanned.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, which percent, like the time he was supposed to break the bottle or the time you like?
Yeah, the time that he was supposed to break the bottle and he like chucked it and broke it on the first try, and Lucy was stoked. So they just kept that cut.
Also, apparently he missed by like a mile and hit the sheriff in the head, and like
Might have done him some good.
Poor Andy. Yeah.
They said it wouldn't hurt. I mean, they were calling him stupid. They follow on said there
It
was
also
no sense
seemed-
there, so it doesn't hurt.
it seemed like a weird group activity too. Where like the one sheriff's deputy who has not had hardly any lines is just like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna hold my bucket. What are you gonna do? You're gonna cross things. What is the reception guy? You're gonna cross things out on the chalkboard. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stand down here by the bottle, like, and I'm gonna throw the rock. Most people could have done all three of them, like all of these activities by themselves, and just let everyone else sit down.
This is
Like,
why you would never become a Tibetan master of throwing rocks, Gary, because
you
you just
have to
don't
bring
get it.
everyone
You
into the
just
group
don't
activity.
get it.
If you bring everyone into the group activity, they have more buy-in. That's my theory. Like,
And this is
if you,
why the
like,
magic gets away from Gary.
you tell a story and then you like let everyone be involved and part of the process, then they feel invested in the insanity. Instead of like sitting down in a chair from the outside of the insanity being like, well, this guy's fucking weird.
I like the fact that you just judged me for saying that not immediately assuming this guy was absolutely fucking insane, and now you're trying to justify the insanity of what he is doing here, and you're just like, it's normal, bro. He's just trying to get buy-in, obviously. This is just standard stuff. Make up your mind, Gary.
Standard team
Make
building,
up
yeah.
your mind.
It's just a more modern version of, dueling each other to have the gods decide who's actually in the right.
There's also the aspect that he's mentioning names, and sometimes he doesn't actually know what the connection is. Like the One-Eyed Jacks, where he's like, oh, no, okay, that's a place, not a person. Okay, so should I cross it out? I'm going to cross it out.
Yeah, they took that off the board a little too soon, I thought.
Well, the process, I think, was supposed to think about a person, and so because it was not technically a person, it did not fit the criteria.
I mean, I know I'm criticizing a process that's inspired by a dream here, but I feel like they're like, yep, cross it off, and I was like, should you be crossing anything off for this early in the investigation? But also, I just hope someday that when I have when I have a dream very specific and I have this whole thing for it, my friends just do exactly what I ask them to with very little judgment, no pushback. Yeah.
There will be questions. Sorry.
Everyone should find themselves a Twin Peaks Sheriff's Office level of camaraderie and buy-in from friendships.
Amanda, you now have children, And so you can just bring them into the insanity at any time, and they'd be like, this seems weird. I was like, no, I'm an adult. You don't know that this is totally normal.
I can say things like, oh, hey, it's windy, and my child's gonna be like, why? Like, it, let alone, hey, we're gonna do this, this, this. Why this? Like, I'm just even thinking about, like, at a job, like, if you asked a bunch of people, employees at a job, you're gonna get several opinions or pushback or be like, why are we doing it this way when we could be doing it this way? Like, let alone the premise of the entire thing inspired. I honestly, I do like these characters so far, so maybe they are just wholesome enough to go along with it. We will see.
Amanda, I think you need a pull-down map of Tibet for your living room. Just saying.
Okay.
That would be impressive.
I'm doing this. Let's do it.
And then obviously we get to the other point that I think we may have missed, and that is Leo is confirmed as a cocaine dealer, like the major cocaine dealer, and the 2-star football players are obviously the minor cocaine dealers, and they're having this all little kerfluffle or whatnot, which obviously Laura was involved in that somehow as well.
See, and I don't know what the going rate is for drugs, but $10,000 seemed very extreme and high.
Obviously, you're not doing the solid
apparently
stuff, Amanda.
And then I'm like, maybe it's just in this economy today. Like back then 10,000 was worth a little bit more, so it's even worse, honestly. So I was like,
also,
I'm sorry,
you're near
how much
the
are
Canadian
you
border.
How much normally? I don't want to Google how much cocaine do you usually get for $10,000. But that did not look what I would expect to see.
Just ask Gary to look it up on his Google Home one of these nights. He's already on a list somewhere
Right?
else, I'm sure.
Gary, I want to know the running price of cocaine. Can you please ask me what the running price of cocaine
I
is?
want to know for this movie. I don't want it to be my search history otherwise.
Yeah, Gary, come on. Take one for the team.
But it did seem a bit
maybe,
extreme, didn't
maybe
it?
later.
Am I really like the only person that thought that was a little bit high?
I have no idea.
Like, and where are the football players getting $10,000 from? Obviously from
They're
something
obviously
illicit.
distributing
Yeah.
They're trying to buy in at the ground level of this opportunity that's presented for them. If they get
None
in
of these
now,
kids
they
look
can
like they
start
have jobs.
10xing their profits going forward here and stuff like that. It's like they get
I
somebody
mean, his
underneath
dad is
them
in the
there
military.
and stuff like that.
I assume he's got military contractor money. Like,
it's all about the marketing levels
for
here.
a small town of 51,000 people, I guess the jobs and the money seem kind of scarce.
Did anyone else ask the question who the mysterious fourth person is hiding behind a tree?
I was wondering about that because it only barely
yes.
him.
It's not. I assume it's not his wife because he just beat the shit out of his wife with bar of soap. I don't know if it's like someone, the law mill sister-in-law or the lumber mill sister-in-law. It's the sheriff. If it's
it's the
sheriff's deputy.
Sheriff leading his double life as a cocaine dealer enforcer guy.
Honestly, the dumb sheriff's deputy would totally make sense here. Why? Because you just have Barney fucking Fife be a cocaine dealer.
Is that your conspiracy theory? Barney Fife is a cocaine dealer?
I don't know his real name. Okay, Stephen willed it into existence. Deputy Barney Fife, conspiracy theory number 4. Deputy Barney Fife is a cocaine dealer or involved in the cocaine conspiracy.
And just for the audience's clarification, we're talking about the deputy in the show, right? Not Barney Fife, the other character.
Is Barney Fife a real character?
It would be completely absurd to make a conspiracy theory about the Andy Griffith show.
Oh, it's Andy Griffith's show.
You're already making conspiracy.
How have you ever seen the Andy? How old are you?
Not that old.
I just wanted to clarify.
For me, that is a No. Andy Griffith was just mandatory viewing growing up in a household from the South. So
It was always on
Okay,
after
so
all of
did
my
we
nightly
confirm, is this
programming was
Steven's
concluding.
conspiracy theory, or who am I giving it credit to?
Right. I wrote down Steven question mark and then Gary and underlined it. So Steve, Gary filled
Steven
out
slash
conspiracy
Gary.
theory
Okay.
because
I'm gonna give us
Steven
both credit.
tried to prompt it, but Gary was the one that said conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I'll let you two fight
I'm gonna
over
give
who
us
gets
both
credit
credit.
for that.
We're both going to split the credit 50-50.
Half. Yeah.
That's gonna screw up. Or how many conspiracy theories did Gary have this season?
I know. I was thinking that. It's like I don't want to restrict your guys' conspiracy theories, but I can already see that you're messing with my totals at the end.
Just
It's
remember,
fine. I'll figure it out.
Just remember, listener, when you're writing in on the final episode, our wrap-up episode, when you want to write in with your guest total here, make sure to notate that Gary and Steven each had a half conspiracy theory that they split.
Okay, I feel like we each get
Like
one
splitting a
to our
sack.
total.
So they
but
each get
we don't
one.
count it as a half. We
Yeah.
don't count it as a half for each of us.
Okay,
We each get a whole.
So you each get a
All
whole.
right.
Got it.
But
You
on the
guys are-
total for the group, it counts as one.
It counts as one gold medal, but you each get a gold medal.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I like that logic.
Okay. I don't even remember who I was on for questioning here.
I was me, but I'm pretty much done.
Okay. JC, do you have anything?
not that we, not PW.
Okay. Gary, did you have anything further?
Oh, I do.
Oh, great.
Before the end, before the end, WTF, the crazy eye patch lady with the cotton balls, and I just wrote down, greased balls make a wife happy.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad you wrote that down and you didn't write down the fact that she has superhuman fucking strength.
I wrote down that she
Yeah,
also has
that's right.
superhuman, like Hulk fucking strength, apparently, when she gets angry. Like, or it's just like cheap exercise equipment, but I was like, I don't know why she needed to be so angry that she broke it, unless it's like, it's a clue for later that she actually has superhuman strength. I don't know. That's from the end of the episode.
Yeah, she's great. That was a good show because I for whatever reason I love her in this show. She's a nutcase, but just like the way that she just super excitedly just runs those table runners silently and just stares with that weird smile. Fucking perfect. Absolute cinema. Love it. Even just the scream, Ed! As soon as he gets home, just runs full bore right into him. Love it. Everything about
also,
her
you can tell that Ed is not like Ed isn't an out of body experience because he's used to his wife being a flaming bitch nonstop, and all of a sudden, like his wife is treating him like he's the hero that just saved their financial future, and he's just like, I don't even know, like. And he hasn't like, I don't know if he's gotten to the point of like, can we actually sell this? He's just like, I guess now my wife's on a different crazy line of thought. And that is now she needs to go into the sale of greased curtain runners with cotton balls. I don't even know.
You're emphasizing it wrong. They are cotton balls. You need to be sure to throw it in there in that specific cadence. I feel like she is very particular about cotton balls.
Greased cotton balls. On the rewatch, I caught that the lumber mill owner asked for the ledger from her, or the key for the safe from the brother-in-law to get the ledgers, and you find out there's 2 ledgers. Similar to Steven's theory that I'm not really paying attention. The first watch through, I got the shouting match between the husband and wife, but I missed out on like a very short little snippet scene where like he runs to the door with a key to the safe, and I was like,
Gary,
oh.
I swear to God, I feel like when I'm watching movies with Amanda, and I have to immediately, are you watching? Are you watching? No, you got to watch. You got to keep watching. No. You got to keep watching. It's important. You got to keep watching.
If
Wait
there
a
was
minute.
something
What did I
going
even do here? You're
on.
You
taking both
compared me to
Gary
Gary
and I down.
earlier.
And you didn't take it personally.
Yeah, good thing Steven doesn't take things personally. I don't know. Sometimes I just like this. The show dawdles a little bit, and it's just a sign of the times of like cinematography and a crazy fucking director that he's just like, we're gonna stay on this like crazy conversation for far too long. We're gonna talk about shoe shining for far too long, and this married couple having a bickering match about shining your shoes on my bed. Now go to your own bed. And it's just like, okay. Like, we're not even pretending that they're a happy couple anymore. Like, they're a broken family. Anyway,
How 90s.
that's all I have until the WTF at the end. That may or may not have two conspiracy theories that I don't know how to word. So good luck.
Oh God, 2 of them.
The entire ending is a conspiracy theory.
No.
Yeah. What is the reality that you're comparing against for the
Right?
conspiracy theory?
So I guess you guys can go ahead. Whoever wants to kick it off, just jump right in.
Someone else has to do it. I'm not doing this. I'm not jumping off to the midget and
Okay.
like weird seance thing.
The what is going on in this house is the only sane moment from this entire series so far.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was right
I
before
forgot about
that.
that
Yeah.
little spot too. Yeah.
That felt honestly, that brought it back to like the first episode where it's like you actually started really feeling the hurt. Like all he
Yeah.
wants to do is he wants to dance with his daughter. That's all he wants to do. And that's like that hurt. That really hurt.
The parents, I got like I give them full credit. Like there's a few times with the grief, I'm like, okay, how are we gonna do this grief? Because like you're not gonna make it too weird, right? Nope, you're just gonna make it hurt. Okay. So full credit to the actors. Also, that mom is from Charmed. I finally placed her. So in case you guys were all concerned, I figured out what I knew her from.
I remembered something else about the parents. Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
Go ahead.
Leland Palmer goes on to be in God's Not Dead.
Oh, see?
Probably the biggest role after this.
And what you said?
God's Not Dead. I'm sure it's huge among this crowd, but in case the listeners are out there, if you go to any South Dakota town and be like, "Hey, y'all sing God's Not Dead," check out Twin Peaks. You'll like that too.
Evangelical Hallmark movies, I think is how I describe it.
There you go.
I do have a theory about this one, but I don't know if I should say it before Gary's conspiracy theories or if it'll ruin his.
No, it's not a conspiracy theory. It was that I forgot, which is the guest cast of the show, and that is the dead girl's mom is still a guest star on episode 3. Her dad is a main cast member.
Oh.
So
Amanda, anytime you have a chance to ruin Gary's conspiracy theories, just go for it.
Okay, conspiracy theory number 5. Conspiracy theory number 5 for this episode. The parents are drugged. Like there is something going on. We've seen numerous mentions of drugging, not just for people doing said drugs. So that's my theory currently.
All right. JC, do you want to take charge of talking about the last scene there?
Yeah, we cut after everything here from all the revelations this episode. We've cut to Agent Cooper sleeping in his room at the Great Northern, and then transitions into his dream. We see a large room, red room, filled with curtain, just velvet, probably. Fancy curtains, just Cooper is much older, sitting in a chair, and if you have the subtitles on, it just says wrestling, as we see a little person with a balding head and a full red suit standing next to a pole, just shaking around, rustling, and Gary already has something to add. Go ahead.
Conspiracy theory number 6. The little person is masturbating in the dream.
I am glad we came out with that one. All right.
It was a really weird, like, in the first watch, I was like, well, is this guy, like, is this a demonic possession thing? Like, he's just, like, shaking. And then the second watch, I was like, once you realize the crazy is happening, you're like, nope, he's just in happy time.
You see, Gary,
and do you know what?
There are inside thoughts and outside thoughts. You just let an inside thought
Do you know
become
what?
an
You haven't
outside
got to
thought.
conspiracy theory number 7, so just
Oh,
buckle up.
God.
Yeah, it's a classic scene though. This red room, and I wouldn't have described it as I would have described it like Gary did, but yeah, we eventually just keep staying in this red room. There's some flashbacks to different scenes we've seen elsewhere. You see someone doing the one chants about things between two worlds, the fire walk with me dialogue that, if you're familiar with the overall arch of the show, will eventually become a movie. So probably some gravitas there. Yeah, there's just so much going on with this. That part of the dream is already kind of weird enough, and then you stick in the red room for a long while, and it starts this weird jazz moment thing. The little person starts doing some dancing and just moving. So strange. Everything about it is completely bizarre.
And the voices
I've
are
seen
all
this show multiple
distorted.
times.
Sorry.
Yes, they're all distorted.
Okay,
they're like kind of backwards
the voices
recordings.
aren't distorted. They're sped up, and I think the video is also sped up.
I believe it's all recorded backwards, is what it is.
Every word is backwards? Because on mine, it felt like, imagine you took a record player and you pushed it a little bit too fast, and like all the words are sped up.
That's kind of what it sounded like to me too. It sounded because I could hear the words if the subtitles, I could kind of hear it. But
also, I was wondering if the subtitles were intended or like an afterthought when they realize you can't fucking understand it. Because it is, all the words are audible, but they're just too fast.
Yeah, and if you've done like the record player like playing in reverse things, what I believe it is they would play this sound, like they wouldn't say Laura Palmer and then play it in reverse. They would say the phonetics of Laura Palmer in reverse and then reverse that.
Oh.
So that in our we hear Laura Palmer, but it's bizarre because it's being reversed into us.
Gotcha.
JC, did you learn that from a behind the scenes commentary, or is it you assuming?
No, I can't say. I was just a conspiracy nerd for a while in my teens, and so like hearing like backwards recordings and records and shit was something I was familiar with. And then yep.
Yeah,
so
I will say,
I don't know for sure that's what it is, but that's my understanding for how it sounds.
I will say, even more disconcerting than the voices for me was, and I had to pause it specifically at 4340. There is something that flies in the background of the red room,
yes.
And that is just that creeped me out. I'll be very honest. Everything else was okay,
that
this
didn't
is
creep
weird.
me out. Everything was already fucking weird. It was
it could be weird for you, but it was weird for me too. And I was just like, I can accept this as being weird. How that just silently glides past in the back, it was disconcerting to an extent. It was, I don't know, off-putting. It was weird, and it was probably the thing that probably creeped me out the most of this scene.
Yeah, there's a lot of very creepy things, even just like the way that the actors speak in like a pained way, even beyond like the backwards speech. It's yeah, very strange, very surreal, completely captivating. It ends up being kind of speaking to the meta of things, but like there's a lot of scenes later in pop culture that will come back to this Red Room, reference it in different ways. So I'm
Really?
curious if anybody else
Like what?
picked up on. There's just I can't even think of anything at the very moment, but there's just lots of like the way that the Red Room, the Max Payne series in video games has a lot of Twin Peaks references in the first place, but the specific like backwards speech is something that they pull off there. Even just like, gosh, there's just different moments within. I'm sorry, I can't back that up. I just know that it's out there in a bunch of ways. So I was curious. Apparently none. So
I don't know. I try to. I while I was watching this, I tried to come up with any try to figure it out, which is probably an issue in and of itself. You're not supposed to be able to figure this out. This is supposed to be weird and disconcerting and off-putting and all those other words. But like, I was trying to figure out, why is the FBI agent old? Why are they saying this isn't Laura Palmer? Why there are all these different things, and I'm like, what is this? What am I going to later on in this series go, oh?
yep, that
Also,
gummy
it's
like is going to come back in style.
It's an old movie trope that there's always little people in dream sequences, which I thought was, I don't know, maybe this is a attitude of that, or maybe this is a like uh, reinforcing of that trope. But I still was like, you really could have just had a not little person, and this dream still would have been fucked up. But I think it pushes that you're not in a real place a lot quicker.
Fair. There's a lot of strange dialogue here. I didn't take the time to write down all of it. As I said, just didn't have time to do proper notes. But I was curious that there's just doing a quick rewatch of the scene. The Cooper has like little pins on his jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if Steven did a proper pause and like is there any significance to those pins that you
I
can
couldn't figure it out. I could not figure that out. I want to, and I did do a stop on it, but I.
Absolutely surreal. Ultimately ends up at the point where he shoots up from his dream, calls Harry. I figured it out. I know who killed Laura Palmer.
And he has his hair sticking up because apparently he sleeps with his hair gelled.
But don't worry.
Sleeps with his hair gelled, and
it can wait till morning.
But yes, yep, it can wait till morning. Just meet me at the hotel right away. I got some smooth jazz dreams to get back to.
Like, the other officer didn't do the trope of, hey, I noticed something and then didn't tell anyone about it. And then, I feel like it's a horror movie thing where he's going to die before he tells anybody about it. He did tell someone. And then what does Cooper do? No, it can wait till morning, man. Then why did you call?
Conspiracy theory number 7. The agent didn't want to meet everyone right now because he felt he was unfit for public based on Morningwood.
This is why I don't note down what's in the conspiracies. I just note the quantity.
Good job.
He got kissed by a dead teenager just seconds earlier, and I was like, there's just a lot of weird going on, and that's what makes me believe that.
I am not going to put together the thoughts. I am not going to put together the thoughts of you started off with Morningwood and ended with got kissed by a dead teenager. Not going to put those together.
There's been a lot of Gary digging himself quite a nice hole this episode.
I mean, this might be the last episode you ever hear him on, listener. You could be in
Yeah.
jail for all next time you know. Gary, if you go to jail, make sure not to tell them about the crimes you did do while you're in jail.
That's right.
I will say I think I mentioned this earlier in the episode as well, but I started out probably 10 minutes out of this episode just wanting to go to bed, and I was going to watch the next 10 minutes just the next day, and I stayed up, and it just kept going, and I'm like, holy shit, what's going on? I can't go to sleep now. What is this?
I remember getting to the end, or I didn't realize it was the end, but everything started going off the rails, and I was like, oh no, are we doing this again? And it was late. I was tired. I didn't really want this stuff in my head right before I went to sleep, and had like, who knows what I'm gonna have weird dreams about. And so I never looking at the time, being like, just how many more minutes do I have to watch this? Like, is it worth stopping? Luckily, it was only a couple, so I was like, fine. So at least they do us the courtesy of waiting until the end of the episode to like hit us with a little bit of weirdness and then release us.
I do want to ask everyone but JC, because JC has seen this before. Who do you think that the agent has pinpricked as the murderer, or what is he going to say in the morning?
This is good. I was going to ask this too.
I honestly have no idea.
I mean, I know what the show is pointing us towards, but we are episode 2, so I imagine it's not that simple, or that this seems like a detective thing, not a having to bring them to justice and find enough evidence and follow through the trial thing. So I imagine it's going to go on for a while.
I didn't even think about that question, as to something about what Laura Palmer said, I think definitively sent him in a direction. I don't even remember what the fuck she said, because it was
She
all very
whispers something
cryptic
in his ear, and you can't hear it, so you don't know.
Well, even before that, it was all cryptic and confusing. She said some other things.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too. If it was just a name, she would have the conversation wouldn't have lasted so long. So I wouldn't be shocked if we get to next episode and he's just got like a description. I saw it's this kind of figure where like he doesn't actually have a name. He's looking for like a description of something or
That's
a personality.
where I was going to go to. Is he's going to have a very vague description. It's the one-eyed man, and that is going to be like everyone's going to go, oh. Okay, so who's the one-eyed man? That's what we got to find out, guys.
Didn't you learn anything about Tibet, guys? Come on.
Come on. I am looking forward to figuring out who those two people, because we actually got 2 flashback scenes with whoever that guy that was going to murder more people. Got 2 flashback scenes with him, and then you have Colt Man, and I am going to call him Colt Man. Even if I learn his name, he will be Colt Man.
That weird poetry in the dream, like that completely ran me off the rails. I didn't know if I was supposed to know who he was.
He can't join as Colt then. Sorry.
His name is Mike, and the guy with long hair is Bob. And Bob showed up in the dead girl's mother's flashback, but is not explained at all. Like Bob just shows up. And then he shows up in Agent Whatever's dream. So maybe if you're going to guess who the murderer is, he's one of those 2 people who have not been introduced at all.
I think that the cult guy influenced whoever the killer was to kill. Either that, or my other thing is during that slam poetry session that he was treating everyone to, is he is an alien. And he has come down, and that is why he doesn't understand the concept of living over a convenience store. And he has these are alien killed Laura Palmer. Sorry, guys.
So that sounded like a conspiracy theory to me, but it didn't start with the proper words. So I'm
because
not sure.
that was my guess before we even started. That was episode 0.
Aliens. He believed that aliens were secretly responsible for the entire
that
Steven
was
thinks
Steven's
it's
broad
always
prediction.
aliens. It's too broad. Not allowed. Struck down.
Yeah, that was his broad
Do I
prediction.
have to specifically name like the star they come from?
You can always say it was aliens. It was aliens. No, that's too broad. Sorry. Struck down.
I said dragons. Steven said aliens.
So I had mentioned at one point in episode 0 that like one of the main faces that we'll see throughout the season was originally an accidental cast, and so yes, this guy, the long hair guy Bob, is in fact a set designer for the show originally, and he was accidentally caught in the first episode during one of the mother's visions, and so I just posted a little image from the chat. It's just
Oh, that's fantastic.
His top of his head is caught in the back of the thing, and he thought, oh yeah, he's in there, perfect, let's make him part of the show. And so now he is this
attention.
recurring. Don't pull focus.
Don't pull focus.
So yeah,
that is
just
crazy.
Our fun little Easter egg there. Yep. I don't know
and that is why you do not have mirrors
casting-wise
in TV shows, because
right.
You're gonna catch the camera crew.
Can't catch a camera crew if it's all AI generated. Oh.
Then they just have 6 fingers and weird eye construction.
Belts that meld into your stomach.
You don't even need a camera crew if it's AI generated. That's why.
6-fingered man killed my father.
In Doyo, Montana.
In Doyo, Montana. Amanda, I'm sorry, you're not in on that inside joke there.
Oh, apparently. I was like, that's not the right name.
No, it's not. You're right. It's not the right name.
Yeah. That was on purpose. Is there anything else you guys want to cover for this episode? Did we kind of get everything good?
No, but I will say that it left me wanting to watch the next episode.
Nope, not me. I needed a break. I will be ready for the next episode, but I was, after 2 in a row, I was like, I am done for the night.
Yeah, I can't imagine going on to episode 4 after like you get dropped at the end of 3. Like you needed a week to absorb it all,
percolate,
talk about it with your friends at the water cooler, and then go back the next week.
Yep. All right, so that sounds like we're kind of going to be done here for this one. For next time, we're keeping the same path. JC, watching, what was it, 4 and 5?
Yep.
Okay. Watching episode 4, Rest in Pain, and episode 5 titled The One-Armed Man.
That's 2 episodes, man. Did you hear that?
Why are we talking smack about 2 episodes?
So this goes back to the earlier comment on we're having a debate on whether it's 1 or 2 episodes that we're watching.
Because I confidently watched my episode and was like, nice. I'm ahead of schedule. Did this. And I walked in and started saying something to Steven. And then did I ask you, was it 1 or 2 episodes? Or did you say something?
You said that you watched the 1 episode.
Yeah, and then Steven goes,
okay, well, what about the second episode?
The next one. And I was like, oh, hold on. This is sounding vaguely familiar now. Are we supposed to do this? And my confusion confused him, because then he was like, oh no, do we only need to do 1? And neither of us were sure. So we had to message and ask to be like, just tell me so that I'm not an idiot and don't show up to the podcast having only watched 1 episode.
It happens. All right. So that'll do it then for us here for this recording. Come back next time when we have watched episodes 4 and 5 for Stranger Things season 1. Until next time, listener. Thank you.
Stranger Things.
It's late.
Boy.
No, that's what he said. That's what we're doing.
Guys, you better
the landing.
I hope Will's ready for this next one. It's gonna be crazy, guys.
All right. Twin Peaks episode 4 and 5. Season 1. Until next time, everyone. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.